history as the squealing of the baby bears, the basis point hike combined with the dovish tones of Jerome Powell mean only one thing. The baby bulls are back, hungrier than ever, and with a particular appetite for the juice of the caboose of the baby bear. As Bitcoin rises to its highest level of the year, what comes next for the baby bulls? So sit down, take off your socks, and buckle your bootstraps, because it's about time that we get pumped on. Right now, the baby bulls are ripe with joy, as today was basically best case scenario what we got from the FOMC meeting in terms of the basis point hike, and additionally the tones from Jerome Powell himself. It's just very big coming out of this meeting today, and in fact, we're seeing the markets react. And just like we've seen many times after these FOMC meetings, are we now in store for something absolutely ginormous? And that is exactly what I think the case is here. So if we actually take a look here first on Bitcoin's chart, right now, again, we're at a very good level, very healthy level, above the 21, 50, 200 day, all three of them. In addition, right now, we are on the verge, closer than ever, to breaking above the 200-week moving average, which is just ginormous. The 21-week, we did break above when we breached about 19K, and the much more important, much more significant long-term trend line of the 200-week moving average is right at about, it's actually a little bit under 25,000. So again, a little pump, an itsy-bitsy pump, over the next few days would absolutely break that and bust that. But more importantly, guys, on this long-term trend, you see now we're actually exiting this long-term, year-plus long macro falling wedge. The juice behind this move could basically be summarized in one way. It basically couldn't be bigger. If, in fact, we see this continue over these next few months, and it's very likely now because of today's news that it's a real possibility. It's not guaranteed whatsoever. But there absolutely is an opportunity to trade at this point, right? We were talking about this potential breakout all the way at 16K. Here we are now. And honestly, the turbo thrusters have a real possibility of coming alive here. Now, there's absolutely, I believe, the case to be made. You should be very cautious here, because a lot of people probably have that same idea, and there's going to be some chip chop, probably some choppiness in these markets, especially as people are probably going to start switching to be bullish now. But again, overall, absolutely insane. And before we continue with that as well, let's actually look at the stock market. Again, this is so important because if this truly does begin multi-week, multi-month breakout to the upside here, guys, this is going to be beautiful for crypto. It's going to be amazing. Very bullish possibilities here. And as well, Bitcoin itself sits basically on the edge of breaking concretely this downtrend right here. We're like right above it right now. Things could get very big very fast. I would urge caution. Potentially we could have a little bit of a fake out first, but ultimately I personally think now at this point that 20K is going to be insanely strong support here. We have the green light to potentially move very high here, very fast as well. Again, like I said when we were at 16,000 just a couple of weeks ago, I said, guys, this is the point where things could get crazy at any second. We could have a massive move up a couple $1,000s and people would say, wow, where did that come from, right? I gave you that warning at 16K. Literally about 2 days after I made that video, or even I believe it was in 36 hours after I made the video, we started pumping. Now, what I'm saying is I don't have as close of a time frame on this. Very likely we could see some very strong momentum to the upside. And again, this is also backed by some fundamental news here. It's not just TA. All the TA does line up, right? All the TA absolutely is confirming this, but more so this is backed and bigger because of fundamentally what is happening here. And as well, the DXY dropped to its lowest level. You can see all the way down to 100, or about 101 here, the lowest level that we've seen of this entire run, pushing us all the way back to the beginning of 2022 as it was exploding here. So again, DXY continuing to look weak, as we've been talking about, just breaking down over and over. Again, top altcoins, Cardano actually looks like it's about to bust through its 200-day moving average, which is just very big here as well. Very bullish for a lot of altcoins, I think. And I think a lot of people watching are probably excited about that. Again, a lot of trading opportunities as well. That's what's exciting about this. Like I've been saying, I don't necessarily think we're entering a new bull market, but I do think we're going to be receiving a lot of relief here and a pretty large pump. And again, I think that that's perfect for trading. Now, the question of are we entering a new bull market? I think it is far too early to assume anything about that. I don't personally have much of a strong opinion on if we are. I guess it's possible, but again, I personally think much more likely that we are going to be seeing a lot of sideways, up and down, but overall, the trend is going to be to the upside instead of overall the trend to the downside. In fact, over the last year, the trend was strictly just down and a little sideways, basically zero up. Now, I personally think we're going to see that change a little bit. Primarily, a lot of upside, a lot of sideways as well. But there's going to absolutely be people trying to trap traders as well. And we're going to get some like small dumps. But ultimately, it's very likely now with the Fed closer than ever to pivoting. Okay, and again, if you watched the FOMC meeting, there were some very dovish tones by Jerome Powell. Again, I think that the potential for upside over these next couple of weeks and months is absolutely extremely large. And that represents an absolutely amazing position to trade, or an absolutely amazing opportunity to trade, and take advantage of accumulating at these levels and playing this market. So again, you know, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications. Some of this is absolutely time-sensitive alerts. Take advantage of absolutely massive deposit bonuses with BITGET and BitGet below. Specifically on BITGET, 0 trading fees when you sign up with my link using spot trading. And in addition, no KYC required. It takes about 30 seconds to sign up, just an email and a password. Without any further ado, it's for me.